my lovely bookish friends, and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be going over my December wrap-up, so the books that I read in December, and I can't believe this is actually going to be the last wrap-up video for 2022. I can't believe we have come to the end of the year and the end of December. I've read some really good books this month actually, though I don't think I've read as many books as I've read some other months, or it's kind of been one of those weird months where there was this whole time where I wasn't really reading because I was rushing about with getting stuff ready for Christmas, and then I had a bit of a kind of a reading sort of, I don't know, sprinting away. I was just like just absolutely devouring books. So I shall stop talking and let us get to the books. First up we have The Sad Ghost Club by Lizzie Meddings. This is a graphic novel, and I'm just going to read the synopsis I found on Waterstones as it sums up the story really well. It goes: when one sad ghost, alone at a crowded party, spies another sad ghost across the room, they decide to leave together. What happens next changes everything, because that night they start the Sad Ghost Club, a secret society for the anxious and alone, a club for people who think they don't belong. I adored this graphic novel and immediately picked up the next volume. It is a beautiful and heartfelt piece that touches on mental health and anxiety, feeling like you're alone and invisible, a ghost in this busy world, as it were. And the story really touched me. It was a tale I didn't know that I needed. So if you're having a hard time or just want a pick-me-up or to know that you're not alone, then this is definitely the story to read. Next we have the classic Christmas story, Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. This tells the story of Ebenezer Scrooge, who is a cruel and grumpy old moneylender who loves money and doesn't know how to appreciate Christmas. One night he is visited by free spirits who teach him the value of the Christmas spirit. I read this novel every year. I adore it, and it always gets me in the Christmas mood. I actually both read this version, which by the way is my publisher's version, RM Publishing. It's part of their new classics collection. It's pretty if you want to check it out. And also I listened to the audiobook version, which is read by Hugh Grant, which was very enjoyable. He's a very good narrator for this story. Then finally I read Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Set in the age of Greek heroes, this novel retells the story of the Achilles legends, focusing on Patroclus, Achilles' lifelong friend and lover, as the pair are forced into the Trojan War. Now, I did a reading vlog on this novel, so I won't go too much into detail as to my feelings of this book. If you're interested in seeing me read this for the first time, I shall put the link to that video above. But overall, I did enjoy this book, and I can certainly see where the hype for this book comes from. It was incredibly well written and worth giving a go. However, perhaps controversially, I actually did enjoy the next book, CIRCE by Madeline Miller, more than I did Song of Achilles. This tells the story of Circe, who is the daughter of Helios, the god of the sun, banished by Zeus for discovering a forbidden power within herself, witchcraft. Circe is banished to an island where her fate and those of legends intertwine, forcing her to make the ultimate choice to decide whether she belongs with the deities she was born from or the mortals she has come to love. Unlike Song of Achilles, I knew nothing about Circe going into this book. I had no knowledge of her or how she fitted into the world of Greek myths, and in many ways it was this that made me enjoy the story more. I had no idea what to expect or where it would end up, and honestly I just found it really engaging. I just really liked it, and yeah, I highly recommend this one. It's a great read. Now that actually sums up the books that I read in December. Due to Christmas and illness, I didn't end up finishing any of the novels, but I did begin two that I will now finish in January, so I'll just give you a bit of a preview of what I'm currently reading. The first is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. This tells the story of the four March sisters as they go through childhood to adulthood. I watched the film again this December. I love watching it around Christmas, and I decided that I wanted to give the book a read. It's so wholesome and I'm enjoying it so far. This version, I mentioned this in another video, but this is again from my publishers, Emerald Publishing. It has both Little Women and also Good Wives into one book, and I actually don't remember whether I've read it in full before, so it's quite exciting as it feels new despite the fact that I know the story well. The other novel that I have started, and there will be a reading vlog on this very soon, is Babel by R.F. Kuang. As I've said, there is a reading vlog coming soon, so I won't go into detail about this book, but just know that it's dark academia fantasy and it is very good so far. I'm very close to finishing, so stay tuned as a vlog will be coming hopefully next week for this. So that was it for the books that I read in December, and yes, this is the last wrap-up video of 2022. I've read so many good books this month, but I will do another video where I go over my favourites for you. And as for December, I also was listening to the audiobook of Jonathan Strange and Miss Norrell. I am so close to finishing this, which has kind of annoyed me a little bit because it was on my TBR for 2022, but I think I'm going to actually end up finishing it in 2023. But I'm still going to count it as a success because it's almost done, and it was a long audiobook to listen to. But yeah, I do wish though that I'd found some more sort of Christmassy books to read, because I love, like I mentioned before, reading books for the season, and I've read a couple of like wintry books, and obviously I read Christmas Carol and started with Little Women and everything, but I think my aim for next year is to find some more Christmassy reads for December, because I just love reading books for the season, and I think reading Christmassy books is a great way to get into the spirit for Christmas. And so that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing. What books did you read this month? Please let me know in the comments below. As I said, I always love book recommendations, so I love to add stuff to my ever-growing TBR list. So, until next time, my lovely bookish friends, bye!